5 weeks to go. That's how long you have to decide on who you're voting for on November 6th. To help you decide, News Channel 15 has invited members of many parties for a chance to introduce themselves to you on a more personal level. Our next guest in our Meet the Candidates series is Audrey Queckboerner, who is running for the Constitution Party. So that's why I say many parties, because we're not just talking a couple of parties here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Sure, I'm glad to be here.
So you know what we're doing. We just want to get to know you a little more on a personal level. So what's your background?
I was born and raised in Wabash County, and I spent 2 years at Ball State, and then I transferred to Fort Wayne Bible College, and that's what brought me to this area. That's where I met my husband, Gary, and we've been married for 18 years now, and we moved to the Leo area 17 years ago. Just love that place.
Okay, so Leo is home now. Yeah. What are your interests outside of politics?
Oh, that's hard because I do so much with politics,
yeah.
But I like to do graphic arts, web design, and when it's weather cooperates, I like to go golfing.
Oh, great, yeah.
Get outside.
Did the weather cooperate much this past season? It was just so hot.
Yeah, on and off.
Yeah, and you've been busy, too.
Yes.
So running for the Constitution Party, tell us a little bit about that compared to a Republican Democrat.
You know, just as our name says, we believe in the Constitution. It's time to get back to the principles of our founding fathers, limited government, personal responsibility, anything not delegated in Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution belongs exclusively to the states, which is the 10th Amendment, and it's time we get back to those principles. The Constitution Party is the only party that's 100% pro-life without exceptions, and I'm very proud of that. And we also hold our candidates to a very high standard. We thoroughly vet them before they are allowed to be our nominees. So,
have you ever run for office before?
Yes, I ran for this office in the primaries when I was a Republican in 2008.
Okay, so what made you decide to change to the Constitution Party compared to the Republicans?
You know, I was involved with the Allen County GOP. I served on the leadership there as the membership chair and was a state delegate, precinct committeeman. But I kept seeing time and time again in things I was involved with and things I was watching that the GOP was not really listening to the people, and neither party represents a lot of people's values anymore. I'm hearing that more and more often. And so I just felt like they are not representing us. And so instead of me saying I left the GOP, I feel like they left me. So then I thought I need to find a different home, and when I checked out the Constitution Party and I read their platform, I was amazed. I'm like, I don't know why I've not heard of this before. This is exactly my, my values. Every plank that we have in our platform goes back to the Founding Fathers and the Constitution.
When we were talking about your interests, you mentioned so much of your interests are politics. What do you love so much about politics?
I'm just concerned, and I like to educate people on the issues. You know, I've been watching things happening in Washington. You know, one thing that I like to talk about with people is I ask them, do you know what the National Defense Authorization Act is? And most people have no clue. And it's like that gives the President of the United States the authority to arrest and detain American citizens without a warrant or trial indefinitely, and they are shocked that something like that passed last year. And so I feel like it is time for the states to stand up and say enough of this. Hoosiers will not participate. You are running to represent District 85. What is it about the people in that district that's really motivating you to get involved? I feel like, my values are very much in line with their values. It's a very conservative area, one of the strongest pro-life areas in the entire state. So.
All right, Audrey, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and getting to know you a little better has been very nice. We appreciate your time so much.
I appreciate that. If people want to get to know more about me, they can visit my website, vote4aq.com. I have a district map on there so they can see what area that covers.
Okay, fantastic. Good to know. And I know we have a graphic coming up to show who Audrey is running against. It's Evan Smith and Phyllis Pond. We have reached out to both, and they have not yet responded, but it was good to know Audrey this morning. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more First News.